Hey, it's Jen Tracy, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the MS stress release process, at least one part of it, in which you can quickly and effectively reduce stress. So get ready. So I'm Jen Tracy. I'm the founder of Women Thriving with MS. And if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and click that red button below and subscribe. Of course, this is live, but I'll be posting it later so you can check it out. And I'm really pumped today because what I'm going to be walking you through is one part, it's actually part two of the MS stress release process, and why this process is so important for people and women that live with MS in order to thrive is that, we have an extra layer of stress in our life from MS. Things like invisible symptoms, visible symptoms, how people respond to those symptoms, stress and pain and unpredictability with MS. So having this tool in your toolbox is going to make a big difference to supporting you while living with multiple sclerosis. Now, when I developed the MS stress release process, there's four parts to it. And the first part is the power of distraction. The second is the power of breath. The third is the power of release. And the fourth is the power of busting through adversity. And today, what I'm going to share with you is about the power of the breath. Breath is our life force. We are born into this world by breathing in, and we excel, and that is the ending, the death of our life. So breath is vital. But here's the thing that you want to understand about behind the scenes of breath, and that is that 50%, 50%, what does that mean? Well, based on our lung capacity of 100%, most people only use 50%, 50% of their lung capacity. That's it. And that means that people, possibly you, especially during stress, which is normal, are breathing from the chest, which is the tight, fast breaths. Let me give you an example. That would be a tight, fast breath. Now, when we hit stress, which is usually from an external factor, not always, but usually, it's a trigger for the body to go into what we call fight or flight mode, which is the mode that was around. It's like from the reptilian brain, the days of cave people, the days of emergencies where you had to look out for bears and beasts nonstop, right? And you would kick into mode so that you had the capacity to run faster, breathe more deeply, get that heartbeat running, and have cortisol and adrenaline run through your system so that you could think clearly. So in short-term stress situations, that happens, and then the body, within about a 20-minute period after that stressful situation has ended, calms down. Bigger stresses actually have the opposite effect. They reduce the amount of oxygen, they reduce the blood flow, they block you from clarity, block you from being able to make good decisions, and slow down the digestive system and have adverse effects on how the immune system works. So these things can be problematic, but there are ways to start working on breathing techniques that can bring you back to a place of greater lung capacity. So moving away from the chest breathing and into the belly breathing. Belly breathing is really important because when you're breathing into the belly, then you know that you're moving away from chest breathing and you're increasing your lung capacity. And there are really four elements to the power of breath. One is belly breathing. The other is breathing through the nose, so inhales through the nose. The third is about what we call the deep breath in, and I call it breath holding the breath. So when we breathe in to the belly, we hold that breath before we breathe it out. And the fourth is the long exhale. So all those components are important. Now, we just want to keep it simple here, not complicated today, because this is supposed to be a quick and effective way to reduce stress. And what we're trying to do in this process that I'm going to take you through is to calm the nervous system so that the body is telling the brain, hey, I'm doing okay here now. That's what's important. Now, here's what's fascinating around the science of the breath is that, as you probably know, but I'm just going to go through it, is that we breathe in oxygen, right? We breathe in oxygen and we breathe out carbon dioxide, and it's actually a mix of carbon dioxide and oxygen that we're breathing out. And why the carbon dioxide is so important is that is what moves the waste out of the body. It moves the waste out through the lungs, through the circulatory blood system, even through the tissues of the skin. So we want to move the waste out. We don't want to hold that. When you're breathing in your chest, number one, you're not breathing in very much oxygen. And secondly, you're not breathing out a lot of carbon dioxide. And if that's the way that you're breathing in your life, then you're not living to your full physical, mental capacity. You're in that place of, I don't know, in a sense, it might even be a holding pattern. A friend of mine, when we were doing the live workshop, which you're going to have access to the recordings, you can see the link below around the stress release process, talked about how when she grew up, her mother told her to stand up tall and suck it in. And what she realized during this workshop, this coaching session that we did with a group, is that she has been breathing from her chest for her whole life. And this is something I want you to check in with yourself. Is that true for you? Are you breathing in? Are you chest breathing? My little niece, who's so adorable, when she was born, she had jaundice on her feet and on her body. And she needed to go into a little incubator, little sauna, you could say. And it had a special light. And she wore this little mask like a superhero. She was so darn cute, just a little, almost a preemie, but not quite. And there she was in the little incubator with her fist like this, right? And she's like breathing, chest breathing, because she's stressed out, right? She's away from her mommy, even though her mommy and daddy were in the room. She's away for them until they took her out to feed her and then put her back in. But she needed to be under that special light in order to clear up the jaundice on her skin. So poor little niecey was breathing very tight. But when she came out of the incubator and she was held by her mummy and fed by her mummy and fed by her daddy, held by her daddy, then her nervous system would calm down, and she knew she was safe and her breathing would change. And so we want to be aware that chest breathing will not reduce stress. Number one. Belly breathing will help reduce stress because when you breathe in to the belly, you're bringing the air down further into the body. Now, here's the key though. The elements I've talked about are breathing in through the nose, because you can do a longer and more directive breath into the belly. And that makes a big difference. And what you can do is, if you want to test this out, just put your hands on your belly while you're breathing and push your belly out as you're breathing as a kind of a signal. And then as you breathe out, the belly will automatically go in. It's quite easy to do. The two parts around the science that are so important is we want to bring more oxygen into our body, into our lung system, into the circulation of blood in the body and the organs. We want to do that. And the best way to do that is by taking deep breaths into the belly. And then, this is an important part, so stay tuned, is you want to hold the breath. What does that mean, holding the breath? It means breathing in and keeping that breath inside the body. So you're not exhaling, you're letting it sit in the body. Now, why would you do that? Why would you just let the breath sit in the body, other than the fact that it's very calming for the body? Well, that's because the longer that the body stays in the breath, the longer, oh, that's hilarious. The longer the breath stays within the body. I guess it's all the same in a way, right? The longer the breath stays in the body, it produces more carbon dioxide. And so when you're producing more carbon dioxide, that means that you are going to be able to expel more waste of the air that has come in and been cleansed and is going out. And that's what you want to do, because as you cleanse that, you are your body function is going to improve. The more carbon dioxide that you can produce and the more waste that you produce, the better outcome for the body overall in terms of function. I'm not going to get into all the details of that today because I don't want to overload you with information. So when we breathe in oxygen. It turns into a mix of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the body, and we breathe both out. So again, we want to breathe in through the nose, into the belly. We want to hold that in there for a prolonged period of time. I'll give you an example in a moment. And then we want to take a long breath out. The long breath out is giving more latitude to getting rid of that waste, the waste of the carbon dioxide and everything that goes out with it. Make sense? Okay, so let's just take a moment I'm going to take you through a quick breath exercise. This is my go-to. You might have heard me talk about it before because it's the best and it's easy. So in this case, what I want you to do is put your hands on your belly, and you're going to take a nice deep breath in for 4 counts. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to hold that breath for 6 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then you're going to breathe it out for 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can pause the video if you want and give that a try once this is not on live stream. Again, so deep breath in. Hold for 6. Out for 8 through the nose. Nice long breath. Now, I didn't have a long one there because I'm talking to you while I'm doing this, so it's a little harder to do that at the same time. So just to recap about this, so when you can breathe into your belly, you are increasing your lung capacity, which means that you're getting the blood circulation in the lungs and the body moving. So this is fantastic just in itself. When you take a longer breath, you're breathing in more oxygen, which your body then converts to carbon dioxide. So the more oxygen you can breathe in, the more carbon dioxide you can create. And then you're holding that oxygen in your body while your body has time to turn it into carbon dioxide. And if you can hold the breath in your body for longer than you breathe in, then it's converting more of that oxygen to carbon dioxide. It's giving it more time. And then when you take a long exhale, a long breath out through the nose, then you are also expelling that waste. So in the lungs and the body, this is happening where turns into carbon dioxide. It helps blood circulation. I have found through this process it increases my energy. It calms my nervous system. And also, I know that it's just better for my overall health. So I call it the 4-6-8 breathing process. Breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 6, breathe out for 8, all through the nose, into the belly, out, hold in the body, and out through the nose, and moving it up and out. So give it a try. Let me know what you think. Remember, everything takes practice, right? The first time you do this, you're going to be concentrating on it. And then it might take a little bit to get in the process of making sure that you're breathing into the belly and out, in through the nose and out through the nose, and holding that breath, and then taking a long breath out to release it. So go ahead and watch the video a couple times if you need to. Practice it and notice what happens in your body when you do this 5 times. 5 times. And it's good to practice this when you're not stressed out so that when you are in a place of stress, you can remind yourself to go to this place and start doing this. I actually find that this is great for a great practice to use when I am trying to fall asleep at night and if I'm having some difficulties. So that can be one of the benefits because we know that when you can't sleep, you can rise into that place of stressfulness. Now, if you want to watch the whole video where I show you another amazing technique, which I love. I did it actually before coming onto this live today. I just invite you to check down below and click the link, and you'll be able to watch the replay of the power of the breath, along with the first part of the stress release process, which is the power of distraction. I'm Jen DeTracy. I'm the founder of Women Thriving with MS. So great to have you here today. And be sure to click the link below to subscribe to this channel, Women Thriving with MS, if you want to receive other videos. And I will see you soon.